So welcome to the GwyrddNi conversation, the 5th in the series. Great to have you with us tonight. And anybody who's watching this after the event, welcome to you as well. For those of you who are who don't know about GwyrddNi, we are an organisation and a partnership between 6 community initiatives in Gwynedd: Partneriaeth Ogwen, Cwmni Bro Ffestiniog, Siop Griffiths, GwyrddNi and Ynni Llun. And we're funded by the National Lottery and their climate fund. And our work is to create spaces to bring people together, to learn, to share, and to act in response to the climate change crisis. So a lot of our work takes place in the communities, and the GwyrddNi conversations are something we do in addition to all of that, as we bring all the expertise and the work happening. We bring the work to wider audiences than you get just in the communities. So this evening, we're going to hear about several initiatives and quite a lot of history about the cyclical economy in Wales: borrowing, repairing, sharing. So I'd like to welcome Catrin, Janine and Beca, who are going to talk to us tonight. And one at a time, if you could just tell us a little bit about who you are, what is your background in the field, and what projects you're involved with. So I'll ask Beca to go first. Thank you for the welcome. Sorry about the hot water bottle, but the nape of the neck is hurting. Anyway, I'm a county councillor and a community councillor in Lanrug. So I do what a lot of other councillors are doing locally here, which is I'm part of a group that we've got a food sharing scheme in Lanrug and Cwmaglo through the Fair Share organisation. So we take surplus food from the supermarkets to the people who need it, which helps with the challenges, cost of living challenge that a lot of people is facing at the moment, but also addresses the problem of food waste and goes some of the way towards reducing waste. So we're doing that, or we've been doing this since COVID. We do it through the community council here, and there's a small team of us who go out every week, and we never miss them, even Christmas week and everything. So we take the food to people's doors, because there's quite a lot of elderly people on our scheme who can't come out to get the food themselves. So there's about 6 of us doing this. We've all got our own patch, and every Friday night we take the food to people's doors. And we've got about 40 homes on the scheme. So that's about 60 people, including children. So that's something I do. And also, since becoming a county councillor, I've been doing school uniform swapping sessions. It's an idea that Catrin gave me. So very simply, we open the institute up in Lanrug every school holidays. We've got a good stock now of school uniforms in the local primary school and the local secondary. We encourage people to bring clothes that their children have grown out of, and then they can have the next age up instead of them. So I've started that last year. So just trying to normalize the idea of recycling and reusing, and that there's nothing shameful about having second-hand clothes. They're not secondary, they're not substandard in any way. So sometimes you get a little kid turning up with clothes that have gone too big for him, and then he gets a bag in their place. So we hope that those children will know that this is quite normal, and that recycling clothes is good and is something that everybody does. So those are the 2 main things I'm working on here in Lanrug, but I'm always looking for inspiration and new ideas. We had a repair cafe in Lanrug recently. Lots of good response to that. And people asking, oh, is this coming back to Lanrug? So there's definitely a lot of interest to see this kind of thing happening. So that's me. Thank you. What about Janine next? You mute, Janine.
Yes. Hi, thank you. So my name's Janine. I lead a social and environmental enterprise called Resource. I'm based in North Wales. So all our activities are based around the circular economy, but with a focus on the inclusion of young people and adults at a distance from the labour market, within sort of volunteering activities and also creating employment. I have a short video. Would you like me to show that now? Because that sort of demonstrates our project really. And apologies to if anybody's seen it. We had it sort of done, I think it was earlier this year. And so every time I'm speaking on something like this, I get the video out. So it saves me talking, but also it's you'll see from the video, we're a very tangible, very doing project. So it helps to explain what we do and what our projects are like. So if I just excuse me then while I do the usual, got too many things open. Oh yes. So yeah, share sound. One. Here we go. Okay. Oops, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you mentioned it, Catrin, sorry if you did, but certainly in our area we have this sort of food share, but also community fridges. So they're sort of more, so we have a market town in Ruthin that has a community fridge. They accept, it's mostly from supermarkets, but they will also accept sort of surplus growers' food. And resource, it wasn't on the video, but we've just opened quite recently a community cafe, which is based around reducing local food waste. So we as a cafe, we accept donations from local growers. So that keeps our meals very low cost or free for people who need the meal. And we have a plan that hopefully in the not too long distant future will be sort of opening up on a Monday to cook with that surplus food, so people can then sort of learn the skills of how to use that fresh produce as well. Of course, yes. So my background is I'm a social worker and qualified teacher, and I've always worked with families where there is disability. So in developing resource, it was around creating flexible and adaptable opportunities, but also using the circular economy as that sort of vehicle to you know, sort of enable those activities. There's a lot. I started because there's a lot of interest locally in sort of climate action. There's a Friends of the Earth group that's really active and so on. So I felt confident from those groups that there was interest in developing. In terms of support, I think I started at a good time where there was government funding for sort of social enterprise mentors. Social Business Wales supported me and sort of took me through that process of starting what is essentially a community interest company and as a business, because my background has always been working in the community. I've never sort of managed people or finances or anything like that. So there was really good support from them, and I think from that my confidence grew, and then I've taken up opportunities that have been open to me. So I started out at the community gardens that you saw, where our plastics workshop is, and the wood. That space was offered to me, and we're really thankful. It's sort of a peppercorn rent, and that enabled us to sort of grow from there and get our activities establishing, really. So a real mix and combination of things, and also having a board of directors that's really supportive and passionate about what we're doing as well. And then as we've developed a growing staff team, that work really, really hard, because we are very busy and unlimited resources. So yeah, that's how we started. But I'm more than, I'm really interested in other enterprise work, or if anybody has any questions about how do you start, then I think I'm a perfect example of not knowing anything to you can learn on the way. Diolch.